My boy, what's good? Missed you, my boy. How you doing?
Good.
You gonna head up to your dorm, or are we gonna go somewhere else?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
Man, we gotta go get something to eat, man. I'm hungry as a motherfucker.
Hey, yo, man. Damn, what's taking homie so long, son?
50, calm down, man. He coming.
Oh, the fuck? Awesome, son, pull up! Pull up!
All right.
Alright.
All right. I'm giving it a few seconds, because sometimes in the VOD it cuts like the first few seconds off. All right. Welcome to Nathan Burnett.
71.
Welcome to Nathan Burnett, episode 19, or plus 71, episode 19. This is a very special episode because about what's today, the 17th. So exactly a year and 6 days ago, we uploaded the first episode of the podcast, which is why I said plus 71, 19 when I opened the episode. Because that's what the podcast was originally called. And so that was started with me and Fernando here. And so with the 1 year reunion, 1 year anniversary, I came and reunited with him, and we're gonna talk some basketball just like we did before. It's gonna be good.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Chop it up like we used to.
Anything you want to say about a 1 year anniversary or?
It's fucking good to be back. Low-key missed us.
Yeah, bro. Alright, so actually, I just thought of this. This is actually not on my topic list. But now that we're talking about the 1 year anniversary, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember, the second episode we recorded, right? We hit 50 subs on camera. Within a
I
year,
remember that.
we got to 208. So now, don't say like a meme joke amount like, oh, 100 million.
Alright.
But I want you to give the people a goal for this year. What do you think we can hit by the end of this year? Because we went from 50 to 208.
You know what?
I'm trying to hit like 400.
2,022 subs.
No.
I'll call it right now.
No.
Smash content. A1.
I think we're going to hit, like, I'm going to give like a very specific number.
Okay.
I'm going to play it Price is Right rules where I can't go over, but I get as close as possible.
Okay.
I'm going to say by December 31st, we're going to be on 427.
427. You know
Like,
what?
real specific number.
One is my answer.
Everybody unsubscribes except for me.
Oh, yeah. Nah, 2,022 subs.
All right, so for all my audio listeners, I'm sorry for my audio listeners. A lot of this is going to be audio based, for video based for this episode, because again, this is sort of the 1 year reunion. So we brought some props back whenever I came to visit Fernando from the first episode and some other stuff that was made as a sort of commemorative thing. So we got Lamar from the second episode. Again, we got the ginger soap from the second episode. And then I brought the Nathan Burnett trophy because I wanted Fernando to see it and hold it.
Oh, yeah. Badass trophy.
Yeah, because again, got some gas and burping a little bit whenever I'm trying to record. I'm sorry, guys. I started this thing with Fernando, so I wanted to get him to hold the Nathan Burnett trophy. I don't want to exclude him from anything that we do because this accomplishment is just as much his as it is mine because we started this thing together. So, but speaking of which, though, y'all may notice for those of y'all watching on Twitch or watching the YouTube video, we do have the follower count up in the top right now. That is for Twitch. We are trying to hit 50 by the end of the year. We are on 36. So I'd appreciate if y'all are watching, drop a follow on Twitch. So for audio listeners, that is twitch.tv/easygingy. So that's the same as the YouTube, except with easy in front of it. So EasyGingey. So anyway, and of course, as always, you can watch these episodes on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, and all that good stuff. So now that we've already gotten all the plugs out of the way, 5 minutes in the episode,
I mean,
let's
I can drop some plugs if you want.
yeah. But you don't even have like any socials.
I have
You have an Instagram that's like your personal
Yeah,
Instagram.
Twitter.
That's it.
Yeah, Twitter. Watch me talk shit.
You have Twitter and you're not even following me on Twitter. I gotta get your Twitter after this.
Alright.
Alright, so before we get into all the basketball stuff, I know this is a basketball podcast, but Spider-Man spoilers, there's going to be timestamps in the description if y'all are watching on YouTube. Twitch, if y'all are watching this live, I'm sorry. You're going to have to come back in like 10 minutes or so because we're going to be talking about Spider-Man. So Fernando here, massive fucking Spider-Man fan. I'm talking massive Spider-Man fan. It's like the only thing he talks about. Literally, we're looking at like a Spider-Man gaming chair in front of us. And then in the other room, he's got like 10 Funko Pops of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man video games,
So-
Spider-Man PS4.
So what did you think of the new Spider-Man movie?
The best MCU movie out there. Far none.
Yeah, bro. I honestly think it was better than Endgame because it's the Endgame of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Bro, I knew so I got it spoiled for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had the Aunt May thing spoiled for me, but I still didn't really care because, like, I knew either her or MJ was gonna die. Like, Sony is kind of a, like, joke that I was telling my friend because I was spoiling it for him because he was like, you could spoil it for me, I don't care. So I was telling him about it, and I was like, let's just say that Sony has a reputation for certain characters related to Spider-Man. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, they don't have an Uncle Ben, so what do you think they're going to do? And he's like, oh, okay, I get what you mean. Like, anytime Sony makes a Spider-Man movie, they're like, all right, we got to fucking kill somebody.
You can't go Spider-Man mode without killing someone.
Yeah.
I think this is.
So, bro, and the way they did the movie was so good. I knew that they were going to show up because, like, there was... Yeah. Tobey Maguire and fucking Andrew Garfield came into the movie. I knew they were going to show up just because there was like so much speculation around it. And then the OST dropped, and I told you about the OST. I was like, hey, I don't want to spoil it, but have you seen the OST? And I can't remember if you said you had or hadn't.
I've known about the movie for months now.
But I can't remember if you said you'd seen the OST or if you said you were trying to stay away from it.
Yeah, I heard you OST.
Yeah, but like, did you see like the names of them that got leaked? Yeah, so like before the movie even came out, one of the songs on the OST was called "The Three Spider-Men," and then on the OST it also had the Andrew Garfield theme and the Tobey Maguire theme. So like anybody that looked at the OST before the movie came out was like, okay, we know. But at the same time, like, even without the OST, like, everybody was speculating. Like, there was that... I went and saw it with my dad, who had no idea what was going on. I didn't tell him anything. That was the best part. I didn't tell him anything about, like, Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I was like, hey, you should go see the new Spider-Man movie with me, because I feel like it's going to be a good bonding movie for me and you, because it's going to tie our generations together. And that's all I told him. So I gave him, like, a little hint, but he hasn't seen a Marvel movie since, like, Iron Man 2 either.
Oh.
So he also, not only did he see, like, Spider-Man and everything, but he's also seen how far, like, the MCU's come in, like, 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell him anything about Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. And, like, as soon as, like, Andrew Garfield, like, took off his mask, I just look over and my dad's like, what the fuck? Like, it was awesome. And then I knew they were going to be in the movie again, but I didn't know how they were going to do it. So I did like how they did it. And I was worried how long they were going to stay. Because I knew they were going to be in the movie, but I know there was a lot of speculation that they were just going to show up, talk to Peter, or talk to Tom Holland and then dip. And that's what I thought. I still thought that was going to happen all the way until the final battle. Like, because they were up on, like, the clock tower or whatever it was, and they were, like, crawling around. So I thought, like, they were going to talk at, like, the clock. I just call it the clock tower. I don't know what the building is. But
School.
I think it's the school, yeah. They were at the school, and I thought, like, you know, they were just going to talk to him about Uncle Ben at the school, and then they were going to go back. Like, I thought that was going to be it. But they stayed for, like, the whole battle. And then that fucking scene with them swinging and then the landing. You know that's going to... You know as soon as, like, the high-quality version of that drops, like, as soon as, like, Phil Mora or whatever gets like uploads that, rather than it just being like an iPhone in the movie theater, it's gonna hit like 5 million views in like a day. Because everybody's gonna be like rewatching that scene because it's so fucking good.
Scene was, man, I've waited 14 years to see Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, bro. And then they had so many callbacks. I loved it. They had the my whole theater was laughing at, I'm something of a scientist myself. I fucking love that. And then
it's my bag.
Yeah, and then the fucking Peter Point meme where he's like, Peter, yeah? Peter Parker? We're all Peter Parker. Like, I fucking love that. And then all the callbacks, like the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. And then everybody, because I saw this on opening day, so I got all the audience reactions, which was amazing. But there was, whenever like Tom Holland didn't know the villain names, there was like audible sighs in the theater. Like whenever he was like, it was like a green elf. Everybody was like, "You gotta be like you just heard that like fill the theater." like everybody was saying that, so that was funny. And then, dude, the way they did Andrew Garfield saving MJ, that was so emotional. That hit me harder than the Aunt May thing. Because again, I didn't give I'm sorry, all Aunt May fans. I didn't really give a fuck about Aunt May dying.
Man.
Because I only knew that Aunt May for like 3 movies or whatever. Or 2 movies, and she was like way younger than like the other Aunt Mays. Because like the other Aunt Mays and like in the PS4 in the PS4 game, like she dies in the hospital and everything. But like in this one,
too?
Oh my bad.
Okay.
But like I don't remember the whole Spider-Man story, but doesn't she like have cancer or something, or she dies of old age, something like that?
She dies of some sickness they released.
Yeah. So, but like with Aunt May, she just gets killed by Green Goblin, and like I saw it coming, so it didn't really hit that hard. But like the MJ thing, like that was emotional. Like Andrew Garfield like redeeming himself, and then I like how he was like, "Are you okay?" And then like he's like crying, and MJ's like, "I'm fine. Are you okay?" Like
that was an emotional scene, and man, finally got redemption for not being able to save Gwen.
Yeah, bro, and I know something I know you're hype about, because I think you arguably like Miles Morales more. Freaking the Max going like, there's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere. Bro.
Sure, hopefully I can't wait to see
They're setting stuff up so good, and then in Phase 5 I think we're getting Fantastic Four. I'm so hyped for that. I want to see him fight Galactus so bad, bro.
I don't know if fight Galactus, but shoot.
Did you see the thing where somebody started a petition online saying make Danny DeVito play Galactus?
No. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, dude, anything else you want to say about Spider-Man or Marvel real quick before we get into the actual basketball stuff?
Tobey Maguire, best and strongest Spider-Man.
I don't know about that. I like Tom Holland just because I grew up. I watched more of Tom Holland than the other ones. I will say though, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I ain't gay, but Andrew Garfield can hit my lineup any day of the fucking week. Andrew Garfield is the most. Andrew Garfield is the hottest out of all the Spider-Men. I'd argue that.
Okay. Wrap up the one here.
No homo.
Okay.
But
took you a while to say no homo though. I'm not gonna
lie. I prefaced it by saying I ain't gay, but hey, bro, and you can't argue that Andrew Garfield is an attractive man. All right, so I know it's been a couple months, but again, we haven't talked in like a year.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple months, but what do you think about the top 75 list? Who do you think should have been on it, should not have been on it, etc.?
I know Dwight made it, and I know some people were dissing Dwight.
No, Dwight wasn't on it.
Dwight wasn't.
That was the problem. Dwight Howard wasn't on it, and AD was.
That one was the one that kind of got to me. I knew that the Dwight Howard one got to me. AD did nothing for New Orleans.
He did nothing for fucking LA either, like LeBron carried.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even like LeBron, and I can say that.
He did nothing for New Orleans. You know, fucking yes, I understand you need to surround your team with superstars, but I mean shit. Sometimes you got to step up, and AD never stepped up. So for him to quit on the city of New Orleans and then cop out and go to LA and then win a ring there, that to me does not make you top 75. Dwight Howard,
fucking 3 defensive player of the years.
Exactly.
Fucking the Orlando Magic years of Dwight.
Exactly. Orlando Dwight is one of the
Orlando Dwight was fucking scary.
Yeah. that best center in the league at this time. My man was Superman at the time. And for you to not include him in the top 75 list, from what he's done, that's bull. He had less help than fucking AD ever had. And
yeah. All right. So, anything else on that or no?
No. Michael Jordan, top.
We had that debate back on like the first few episodes, like who's the GOAT and everything. So we'll talk about Klay a little bit later, but regarding Klay, do you think he should have been on the top 75 or no?
Klay was an integral part of that Warriors dynasty. Yeah, to me, he means more to that team than Draymond, than Andre. And
really?
Kevin Durant.
You don't think Iguodala and Draymond had like a big effect on that team?
They did, but
not as much as Klay.
Not as much as Steph and Klay.
I get you.
Splash Bros is what made that Golden State dynasty.
Yeah, I think Draymond added a lot for defense, but also you could argue that Kevin Durant was on that team, and Kevin Durant did some defense as well. And then you had Iguodala. Iguodala was just like the clutch player, because like a lot of people, I've seen like. I don't know how I feel about this because Curry is fucking Curry. Curry can hit it from the other end of the court. But, like, I saw some people like, Curry's not clutch. Give me Iguodala every day for the game winner.
That stupid fucking Max Kelly. Give me Iguodala. Laser beam point up here.
Yeah. No. But I've seen, like, some people, like, on Instagram and stuff that, like, agree with that. Like, give me Iguodala. But it's like Curry can hit it from, like, the other end of the fucking court. Have you seen those TikToks of, like, him where he, like, literally shoots it from, like, the top of... It's like a Dude Perfect video. Exactly. He fucking shoots it from, like, the nosebleeds in the stadium, and he fucking makes it. Like, there's videos of him doing that shit.
How can you say, give me Iguodala? Without Curry, there's no Golden State. Golden State is irrelevant for the next, 10 years without Curry.
Yeah, and that's why I like that they picked up Moses Moody. Because I said Stephen Curry, I mean, he's only like, what, like...
30-something?
34 or something. I don't know his exact age. I don't remember. But he's only like in his early 30s. So he's not that old, but he can't be on the team forever. And so you got to start planning for your future. And I think Moses Moody could be that next Curry for the Warriors. Like, obviously, he's still a rookie. We have a lot to see. But I've been watching film of him. I've been looking at, like, his play style. And he plays a lot like Curry. So I think that it was a really good pick for them to get another point guard like that, so that whenever Curry eventually does leave or retire, they have somebody else that can fill that spot.
Yeah, the Warriors team has a great future. Wiseman, Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga.
Moody, Wiggins, if you want to count him. I mean.
Yeah. And again, we'll talk about Kuminga later because we're going to talk about the All-Star, but fucking Kuminga's on the All-Star list. So... And people are saying that he shouldn't be. Or is it Wiggins? I can't remember.
Wiggins is the one who surprisingly has a ton of votes.
It was either Wiggins or Kuminga was like on the All-Star list. And everybody was like, get him the fuck off this list.
Exactly.
All right, so yeah, that's the next thing I have on here is Klay return. What did you think of like his first game back? What do you think? How good do you think he'll be this season? Do you think he's going too hot out the gate? Like, should he cool off, or is he in a good position? Is he just trying to prove the haters wrong that he wasn't going to be as good when he came back? Yeah. All that stuff.
Yeah, a guy like Klay, he wants to be, out there. That's the guy that, once he was injured, whenever we talked about, who are the best shooting guards out there right now, Klay's name was never thrown out there because, people forgot about him. He's been gone for so long, But I think if incorporate Klay little by little, ease him into the lineup, if you can get this, chemistry back up, we can get to,
their rolling. Chemistry is already there. Maybe not on court chemistry because he hasn't played, but definitely off court. Like, that chemistry is obviously still there. Because the day he came back, Curry was fucking tweeting about him. And then whenever he didn't make the 75 list, you know, they were like teasing him because like they knew like he could take it. Like they're like best friends. Like the chemistry off the court is there.
Yeah, it's
but they're gonna.
That I was talking about.
Yeah. I have a hot take on this, and I know it's a hot take because I've been talking about it in the group chat I'm in.
Okay.
And some people we were very 50-50 on this issue. So, and that's the problem with being a commentator for any sport, is you're going to have takes that are split down the middle or takes that you have that people don't agree with. But at the end of the day, your takes are your takes.
Yeah.
So as long as they're educated, then my take is Klay, I know he's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove people wrong that he's ready to come back. I think he's doing too much right now. I was watching his first game back, and he was fucking going for alley-oops, and he was dunking and stuff. And it's like, bro, just take it easy. It's like you just came back. You're going to go for another dunk like that, and you're going to fucking land on your ACL or some shit again. I swear to God. Like, and not to mention, you still have fucking playoffs coming up. Yeah. These are regular season games. Like, chill, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you're going to... I don't want to say this because I don't want to, like, wish ill will towards him or seem like I'm cursing him. But I do feel like if he doesn't step off the gas, the motherfucker is going to injure himself again. He's going to, like, go for some crazy dunk and be like, he's going to go for some crazy dunk like, I'm back, bitches. And then he's going to fucking land on his ankle or something. I think he needs to, I like Klay. Klay's doing good. Again, he's showing that he's ready to be back. But fucking save a little bit of your energy. Take it easy. You've been in rehabilitating for 2 fucking years.
Yeah,
you know,
Lee looked much different than since you last been here.
Yeah. Speaking of rehabilitating though, did you see that his game has changed a little bit? I was watching film of him like practicing with like the PT people and all that, and like their athletic department and like all that, you know, the people that help with injuries. And Klay has been known for like the guy to be like catch and shoot for the Warriors, you know? Like Curry can like cross somebody up and like dribble into like a 3. And then Klay for the Warriors is the guy that you pass it to and then he shoots.
You feed him.
Yeah. But I was watching some film, and Klay is moving more and more towards Curry, it seems like. Obviously, he's still catch and shoot because he's still Klay. But I feel like he's adding more to his toolbox because I was watching film, and he's, he was, like, trying to practice, like, cross-ups and stuff like that on the rehabilitation people. I just want to say, like, PT for, like, physical therapy, but I don't know if that's the right term. Yeah, medical staff. Like, he was practicing, like, crossovers, and he was, like, dribbling into his threes a little bit more, you know, trying to get more of that, like, on-ball game, it seemed like. So that could be a problem.
It's scary, you know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a problem.
So that's what I think about Klay's return. Do you have anything you want to add real quick or no?
Watch out for Golden State. I mean, that team's looking dangerous.
Yeah. Well, Draymond just got injured, but he's only out for like 2 weeks. So they're going to lose the next couple games because they're going to lose that defense. But, I mean, they're still a high-scoring team. So, on to, like, the next teams of the West. Suns, Jazz. Who do you think will be the early exits? Who do you think will be the upsets? You said that the Warriors are a team to watch out for, but do you think that the Suns or the Jazz can upset them? Or do you think that... like the Suns and the Jazz are gonna be like the early exits?
I like the Suns. I think they're a team that's obviously still good, and even more so, they're looking. What's the word I'm looking for? They're looking to get better. You know, they're looking into trading for Eric Gordon. You know, they're looking to add another shooter. So the Suns can only get better. The Jazz, on the other hand, that Jazz team, to me, is inconsistent. I mean, sometimes you hear, okay, oh my gosh, they're going off. They're a top team in the West. And next time it's like, okay, Donovan Mitchell's going to request a trade. Rudy Gobert, overrated, yada, yada, yada.
I don't think Rudy Gobert is overrated. I think the problem is with the Utah Jazz right now. they're an amazing regular season team, but they're not a good playoff team. Because we've seen the past couple years, they've been like in the top few seeds. You know, like they were the number 1 seed last year. And they got knocked out in either the first or second round. So, and I think the same thing's gonna happen this year. I think they're gonna be in the top 3 with the Warriors and the Suns, and they're gonna either be the first round exit or the second round exit. Yeah. And I think the same thing can happen in with the Suns. But I can easily see them going further because I made a video about that. I said, like, could the Suns surprise everybody and make another finals run or at least a deep playoff run? But I think it can go either way. I think the Suns can either be an early round exit with the Warriors or they can do another deep playoff run. It just depends on who they play in the playoffs. As for, like, the Lakers and stuff, Lakers,
oh my God, why?
We want to talk about that?
Yeah.
The Lakers are going to be like first round exit like they were last year, I think. Everybody said they were first round exit last year because of injuries, but I think they're I think they're done.
Just so wildly inconsistent. I would not be surprised if LeBron just says, fuck this, I'm going back to Cleveland. Or I'm going to trade all of you away and make sure that I can get a team and win Los Angeles.
Well, the problem with that, though, is his contract doesn't end until 2023, and that's the year that his son gets drafted. So I think he obviously he's a smart person, so I think he intentionally did that to where he can see where his son goes and then request a trade to there to play with his son.
Request a trade.
So if his son gets drafted by Cleveland, then he'll easily go back to Cleveland. But I think, and this was a hot take or a bold take, not a hot take, but like a future prediction. So anything can change between here and now, obviously. But I was saying that the OKC has like 20-something draft picks. So I could see Bronny get taken by the Thunder and then LeBron and him playing for the Thunder. And then LeBron is playing for a 4th team in his career.
Yeah.
So I could see that happening. But again, that's like 2 or 3 years from now. So a lot can happen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But back to the Lakers, they're done. They're this team is, just like that old team, the Karl Malone, the Gary Payton, or the fucking that one team with the Lakers had Steve Nash. They had Kobe and all them. This is repeated history.
Yeah, and then they lost.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Madly inconsistent, really inefficient player.
Did you see that gist track that somebody made? I think I sent it to you.
Yeah,
the guy in his DMs. That was so good. I would play it right now, but I don't know if I can. But did you see my thing on my story too? How LeBron deleted the tweet that was like, "This is our year" or whatever. He deleted that tweet, and then he posted another tweet that was like, "Sorry, Lakers Nation, we'll be better." Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're gonna still be a 50% team this whole season, and yeah, they're just doing so bad. And then that goes into the other thing that we were gonna debate on here, because fuck. Okay, good. The cap came off, but nothing spilled. That goes to the other thing on here. We were gonna debate Westbrook's legacy because you're a Rockets fan, obviously. That's the timestamp on the YouTube video will probably be something like, "Is Westbrook washed?" But
Westbrook's washed. I don't know why he decided to go to Los Angeles. He requested a trade there, and I think it worked out in the favor for Washington. I mean, Kuzma's doing well, Harrell's doing well. That team won the trade. Russell Westbrook, I don't know why. Truly, before the bubble had happened, he was playing good for Houston, and that was exciting to see. And I was like, okay, this is the MVP backcourt. This is the backcourt that's going to win it all. Season comes to a halt. Bubble starts up. And it's just rusty play from Westbrook. Westbrook, I believe, also got injured too. And, it's just Harden basically by himself.
Yeah.
We trade Westbrook to Washington for John Wall. And, he has, he's going back to the days before the bubble, the way he was playing. I still believe he was a top 10 point guard in the league. At
Yeah.
the time, closer to sixth, closer to that top 5 area. But he was doing good, and I didn't root for that team so much, but he was somewhat like attractive.
You want to hold it? I'm gonna put the stuff on the floor, so we have more space between us. You can keep talking, bro.
Yeah, he was an attractive. He was attractive trade bait. Teams wanted to trade for Russell Westbrook.
I'm back here, so I gotta sit against the cushion.
Same way people wanted to trade for Damian Lillard. And to me, this team he's washed now. AD isn't the same player from that first bubble season, And LeBron, LeBron's still LeBron, so he's doing well to carry and do the best he can. But this team around LeBron is not gonna win a championship.
Yeah, question for you. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Westbrook. Do you think that his triple-double... I said that triple-doubles nowadays are low-key overrated. I don't think they're as good as they used to be. Especially because, again, some people aren't going to like that I'm saying this, some hardcore Westbrook fans, but you even agreed, again, as a Rockets fan. Westbrook stat pads for his triple-doubles.
Yeah.
And the thing about Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they never tried for the triple-doubles. They just got them naturally.
They were just that good.
Yeah. But, Westbrook, tries to get triple-doubles. You know what I mean? And yeah. I think that, especially now as well, that triple-doubles are overrated. So do you think that with him breaking the triple-double record and him getting all the triple-doubles, that sort of boosted his trade value more than it probably should have, and that's why he's on the Lakers? By him getting the triple-doubles and triple-doubles being overrated, he himself then became overrated?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But, that guy I feel like the man was destined to break that triple-double record. Westbrook stat padded, so much. But, to me, I don't believe that was the reason people wanted to trade for him. I just believe that Los Angeles was star chasing. They were going.
Yeah.
They were looking into Chris Paul. They were looking into Damian Lillard. I think they even tried to recruit. I think LeBron tried to even recruit Steph at one point.
No,
Paul too.
That wouldn't have happened. I was
like, fucking LA is just star chasing, yeah. And
Steph would have never left Golden State to go to LA. I don't think ever. That'd be like them trying to fucking recruit Tim Duncan or something. Tim Duncan fucking hates the Lakers.
So I don't. They were star chasing. Not all that glitters is gold. Look what's going on with LA.
Yeah.
They are not a good team. They're wildly inconsistent and really inefficient.
Yeah. Speaking of LA and Westbrook though. We can go into the whole, and I know you don't like to talk about this kind of stuff because you feel like you can get in some trouble, but I don't really care. I feel like the league, everybody jokes the league is soft now, the league is getting soft, and, the Kings had to get rid of their ice-cold player of the game, and then Kyle Lowry got ejected for literally passing the ball, and then Cade Cunningham got ejected for fucking doing a point after a dunk. So it's what the fuck are we doing here? We need to start finding some refs.
Yeah, that's the only way you're never gonna fucking get fair calls if you start taking money out of their paychecks.
Yeah. Well, that was a quick topic. It felt like we were gonna go more on that, but you were just like, "Yep, I agree," and that's it.
What is it? Come on. There's obviously favoritism by the refs. The refs are always inconsistent in how they choose. Who do we want to win today? Are we gonna call good calls, or are we just gonna bullshit away today?
Speaking of league going soft, what do you think of the whole Booker versus the Raptor thing?
Oh my God, Devin, are you really that distracted that the refs have to take this mascot and put him in the corner just so you can shoot your free throws?
Yeah.
What is that, though? Don't compare Booker to Kobe ever again.
I was going to say, did you see the interview afterwards where he's like, I'm not Kobe, quit comparing me to him? And then it was posted on Instagram, and all the comments were like, we know. We know.
Kobe would have gotten distracted by a damn mascot.
Yeah, bro. Alright, so that's another quick topic. Just wanted to bring that up because people probably would have asked why we weren't talking about that. And I just heard a beep on my...
You did the wrong topic.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, Book versus Raptor still there.
Man, you're right. I just heard a beep, so hopefully the mic's still working. That would suck if like halfway through like audio just cuts.
And USB device not recognized.
Well, it's still picking up audio, it says, so... Yeah, we're good.
Alright.
It's still using the mic as the input device. Okay, so here's the big topic on here. So we talked about Klay returning. Let's compare that to Kyrie returning, especially with KD now out for 6 weeks, potentially. Like, I already wrote down Kyrie return on the topic list because, like, obviously we got to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then, like, a couple days before I was headed up here, like, KD got injured. And I was like, all right, well, now I got to tack that on to the Kyrie return.
Yeah. Crazy that New York's, like, changing it up so much so that, you know, Kyrie can return. I truly thought they were going to trade him, you know, but I had heard that also that if he were traded, he would have just retired flat out. Yeah. So it's just like this one asset that only you can use, yet he doesn't want to play because of all the vaccine mandates.
Yeah, well, not to get like huge into like the politics of it, obviously, but New York is big and huge for business because it's a port city, so you know a lot of exports and imports and all that kind of stuff. But on top of that, with being in the 21st century, a massive amount of their money also comes from sports. The New York Yankees, the New York Mets, the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks. Did I say the Knicks already or Yankees?
Yankees,
yeah,
Giants,
the Knicks,
Jets.
Giants, Jets. So with Kyrie not playing, you know, even no matter what side of the fence you fall on with the whole COVID thing, and speaking of which, if I haven't mentioned this already, anybody wondering about like us meeting up in person with the whole COVID stuff, we both have a negative test, so we're fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of New York's economy comes from sports, so they kind of had to bend the rules a little bit for Kyrie, so that, you know, people start buying more tickets, and you know,
more money to the city of New York, state of New York.
Yeah, and so, and then a couple days after they made him part-time, there was also the thing that came out that was like, he could be full-time if the Nets pay the fine. So there's a whole thing about that as well. So what do you think about that? Will they pay it? Is it worth it? Like, etc.
I mean, obviously Kyrie has talent, but the fact that Brooklyn is paying him a salary to play basketball, and then paying the league to use him, is like, come on, what is going on?
I think they'll pay the fine, especially with KD injured, especially if they get into the playoffs, they'll get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like how much they need him in the playoffs, because obviously in the playoffs you're gonna have home games, and I made a bet with somebody in my group chat too. I was like, hey, if Kyrie does play and they lose, I don't want to fucking hear any more Bucks slander. Like 2021 was an asterisk. The Bucks would have swept the Nets would have swept if they were healthy. All that bullshit. I was like, if they pay the fucking fine and they still lose, all y'all motherfuckers can shut up. So, yeah. Anything on that or no?
No.
Speaking of the Bucks, though, I think we're gonna have a new playoff rivalry that has been brewing for the last couple years. Bucks Heat.
Bucks Heat.
The Heat are winning a lot of games right now, even without Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, and I think it's going under the radar because they have an amazing defensive team, and we've always, you know, with the foul baiting rules coming in, you know, I've talked about with less free throws, like the defense side of the game is slowly coming back, and so defense is becoming more important again. So we're starting to see more of that not to mention the Spurs for the millionth time, but we're seeing more of that like Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili type of play. That Dirk type of play where it's like it's defense wins championships, and so the Heat have an amazing defense, and then you could even compare that with the Warriors. Again, the Warriors, of course, they have Klay and Curry, but they also have the number one defense in the league right now with Draymond. So that's another reason they're winning games. So I feel like if Jimmy, when Jimmy and Bam come back, the Heat could be a problem. And we saw the Heat win in 2020, and then the Bucks swept them in 2021. And if they play again this playoffs, I feel like that could be like a start of a franchise rivalry. You know what I mean? Like the Spurs Rockets is like a franchise rivalry just because they're so close to each other and everything. But like you got like other rivalries like what's a good one?
Lakers Celtics.
Yeah, Lakers Celtics.
Warriors Cleveland.
Warriors, yeah.
Rockets Mavericks.
I feel like Bucks Heat could be like another one of those because like the past 3 years, if they play each other again this year, they'll have played each other in the playoffs 3 years in a row. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, anything about where the Heat will end up this year? Any expectations for them?
That team is deep. I see them making the conference championship, but nothing more than that.
You see them going to the conference finals but losing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
The Nets in 5.
Bro, people keep saying that I have a terrible take on this, but it's just because I'm a fan. You always got to root for your team. I'm like Bucks and 7, bro. Bucks and 7 again. Bucks going back to back.
Bucks and 7. Oh.
I was saying that it's gonna be the Warriors against Giannis. It's gonna be Curry and Klay versus Giannis and Middleton. And it's gonna be Bucks and 7. If Giannis can beat KD, he can beat Curry. Come on. They went 78.
Injured Curry. That team wasn't healthy.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If Giannis can beat KD this year, he can beat Curry this year too.
Nah. Curry's on a whole other level right now. That guy deserves MVP.
Okay, so that's another thing we were going to talk about. Who do you think is MVP this year? Curry, KD? Who do you think's better? You kind of just said your answer already, but
Curry. That man was killing it this season.
yeah, but he's also ever since he broke the record, he's shooting like 2 for 12.
Yeah.
He broke the record, and he's like, now I don't have to do anything. He's just collecting his contract money.
True. I mean, I still say it's Curry. I mean, you breaking records, a lot of hype around him this year. I think just media would put him as a MVP.
I guess. Here, let me see what other topics I got on here so we're not skipping anything. So, I said we talked about Kyrie return a little bit. We talked about who wins the East and who wins the West. Like, I said the Heat could be like sort of under the radar team. You're saying the Nets.
Nets, my pick.
Nah, the Nuggets are gonna get out.
Jokic
is
Gordon.
good, but the problem is like the rest of his team is either shit or injured.
Jokic.
That's why he's MVP because he's
Gordon,
fucking carrying.
Jamal Murray.
But they're all
Michael
injured.
Porter. Yeah, but they'll be healthy for playoffs, bro.
I don't know, bro. I think the Nuggets are gonna be an early exit. But
damn well not the Lakers. I can tell you that right now.
Where do you think the Bulls are gonna end up?
The Bulls are a good team. I can see them. I can see them main conference.
They're gonna go to the conference as well.
I could definitely see that.
So then you gotta fucking pick one. Then is it the Nets Heat, Nets Bulls, Bulls Heat?
Nets Bucks. They lose to the Bucks in the second round.
I don't know.
Everyone and their mother wants to see fully healthy Nets versus fully healthy Bucks.
Yeah, bro. That's the problem with this year is like there's so many good teams that's so hard to make predictions now.
Mm-hmm.
Like both conferences are battling it the fuck out right now.
Yeah, it is not. And no conference is easier than the other.
Yeah. it used to always be like the West is crazy, and then it shifted to like the East is crazy the last 2 years, and now it's like now they're about
the
even.
NBA is wilding right now.
Yeah. So we'll just go down the list in order that I got here. So Rookie of the Year talk. Or somebody commented, Bob Saget died. How do you feel about that? Ryan, we're talking about basketball, bro. We ain't talking about Bob Saget.
But rest in peace to Bob Saget. I know that he was found in his hotel room. That is sad.
I've never watched Full House. I really don't care. I'm sorry, rest in peace, but I never had a connection to him. So
Would you do the first 99% of a blowjob with the last?
would you do the first 99? What the Ryan, what are you saying in the chat, bro? Ryan, ask a basketball question and then we'll talk about it. Stop asking these weird ass questions.
Even better, the last 30%.
No, bro. Okay, I'm skipping what Ryan's talking about. Okay, so Rookie of the Year talk. Ryan, I'm not gonna answer the question.
We're gonna block you. That's it.
Yeah, what if I just banned him? Ban regulator.
Rookie of the Year.
I think it's Evan Mobley. You're a fucking Rockets fucking biased as hell, so you say it's Jalen Green. It's not gonna be Jalen Green.
Green's season is not over yet. Lots of basketball yet to be played. Jalen Green has been.
I'm not gonna ban you, Ryan, because you
high-profile
raid me
scorer.
sometimes.
He's a high profile scorer. That man can fucking score at will. It sucks that he was injured. Near the start of the season. But he's coming back. He's had to deal with fucking the Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr. drama. Steven Silas's shit rotations at times. But to me, he is the rookie with the highest ceiling. And the one I think, when it's all said and done, when everyone hangs up their sneakers, it's Jalen Green.
Nah, bro. I think Jalen Green has more fan appeal. Man, you picked all that up on the mic. You fucking nasty.
Oh shit.
Fuck yeah. I think that Jalen Green has more fan appeal because he's out there signing shoes and stuff, and he's being humble and stuff like Giannis. But I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be Evan Mobley, no question. I don't think it's gonna be Jalen Green. I don't think it's gonna be Cade Cunningham. And you're making a lot of fucking noise, but it's all good. Don't you dare eat that on fucking film. You can wait. You're gonna fucking get eating noises and your fucking nasty ass crumbs on the video. Fernando just got up for audio listeners. Fernando just got up from the couch and grabbed a fucking breakfast taco or something from a bag. And I'm telling him, don't you fucking eat that while we're filming. But I think it's Evan Mobley, no fucking question, bro. Because for everybody, there's obviously the Magic fans are like Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner's been all right. But I think the honest debate is between Scotty Barnes and Evan Mobley. And I'm not a huge fan of Scotty Barnes, so I'm going for Evan Mobley. I've said it before the season even started. I said that Evan Mobley was going to be the next great big man. And he's fucking dominating up there on Cleveland. If you're going to talk, you got to get over here, bro. That's why I'm saying you can wait to eat that. You said your microwave didn't even work either. And you're over here heating up a breakfast taco.
I forgot that. But if it's not,
We were also going to get pizza later. Why are you eating?
Because I woke up early and ate early.
You woke up early, bitch. I was fucking here at 3:30. Or I got up at 3:30 to get here.
That's the good thing. I didn't wake up.
Don't fucking eat that on camera, bro.
That's right.
You can eat that over there. I'll try and talk while you fucking eat. Hurry up. So, it is now a solo podcast for the next 5 minutes. So, we talked about Rookie of the Year. Okay. So, the next...
Another thing I'd like to do, too, is... we had talked about big men. Who have been your favorite point guards? Who have been your favorite shooting guards? And then there's positions you want to talk about. Break up the rookie class. Evan Mobley, we know, to me, has been the best center, obviously. Scotty Barnes, best power forward. We've seen other guys. Josh Giddey has been, balling out a little bit.
Yeah.
We've seen obviously Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham. Besides the, the ejection has been, was putting up stats for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be Evan Mobley easily, but I can easily see Scotty Barnes putting up some competition. I think those are the only two in the conversation, though. I think it's Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes, and everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Has anyone surprised you, though?
Not really.
So,
I said that Evan Mobley should have been drafted number 1 when he was drafted number 3, and I think I'm still right on that.
So now no rookies have exceeded expectations for you?
Not really.
Well,
Everybody performed pretty much exactly where I thought they would. Because you got to remember, a lot of them aren't getting minutes either. Because, fucking playing on the Lakers where you got all these new stars, or,
one rookie that's disappointed me, though. Jalen Suggs. You don't really hear his name.
Jalen Suggs. Oh, yeah, that's because he got injured during Summer League, and then he got injured again at the start of the season. So, he's barely even really played. There's not really that much film of him out there, to be honest.
Same thing with Obi Toppin last year.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin got hurt to start.
So, but the next thing I got on here is a lot of Spurs stuff, to be honest. So I hope you're prepared. So Joshua Primo, speaking of rookies, Joshua Primo, what's your opinion been of him so far?
Shit. I think I said it in and there is one clip that Nathan has where he talks about my opinion on Joshua Primo.
Yeah.
One of the things I did say...
Instagram DMs?
The Instagram DMs. And one of the things I did say was that Joshua Primo is the guy who will raise the ceiling, who will make everyone better around him, who will raise the ceiling of others. And I think that's been evident so far. I mean, Jock Landale.
Jock Landale?
Jock Landale. Dejounte Murray. Man's a monster right now. I know you didn't like this guy, but I've actually been, sort of a little mini fan on Jakopoto.
Jakopoto?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing for him to get traded to the Raptors.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm not a huge fan of Jakopoto. I've said that publicly many times on the podcast. I say fucking trade him. See what we get. I don't care.
He's done he's done what I thought he wasn't doing. He's been that high motor guy who's gonna raise the ceiling of others.
Yeah, I think he's been playing amazing. There's been debates. Do we pull him out of the G League? Do we keep him in the G League for the rest of the season? And then do we keep him in G League next season as well? People have talked about. I think he's ready to fucking play in the league. But the problem is, we'll talk about that in the second round because I'm about to talk about Gregg Poppovich actually. I think Josh Primo, sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself, but I gotta retrack my train of thought. I think he's ready to play in the league. The problem is just balancing minutes with all the players. But I had such a good fucking take on Primo, and I'm still proud of it. Because, everybody hated Primo, bro. Because he was, everybody was like, he was drafted too high, and he's another guard for the Spurs. And then I came out before the season started, and I was like, y'all gonna be surprised by Joshua Primo. And now people are fucking chanting his name in the fucking AT&T Center every time is in San Antonio. Yes, I did. Do you want me to pull up the fucking video right now where I said Joshua Primo is gonna be amazing for the Spurs and he's exactly what they need? And Scott,
insert Nathan draft reaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We hated him at the start, and then I thought about it, and I made another video. And then that video has 5K views because I had such a good prediction. And now we're chanting his name in the fucking AT&T Center. So I think I'm so ready for Josh Primo to play because he's gonna be the next Tony Parker or Monty Ginobili. He really is. And we have Dejounte Murray, and Dejounte Murray is playing at an all-star level, even though he's not going to be an all-star because of voting. So that's another thing I was going to bring up on here. And then we're going to lead that into Gregg Popovich's coaching, and we'll answer Ryan's question here in the chat. So, what you got? Dejounte Murray and Josh Primo.
Dejounte Murray deserves to be an all-star.
Yeah.
Snubbed. That's why I hate fan voting to begin with.
Yeah. Because we were talking about earlier the fucking Wiggins, I think. Wiggins is fucking on there. And then people were voting Klay Thompson and Kyrie when they just fucking came back.
Derrick Rose, too.
Yeah, Derrick Rose shouldn't be on there.
I love Derrick Rose. He's my favorite player of all time, but no, he should not.
He's not an all-star this year compared to the other people we have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the fact that Ja Morant and LaMelo Ball are on there. I like
Ja Morant's a monster.
Yeah, I like that Ja Morant's on there. I like seeing the younger all-stars. And yeah, I was gonna talk about Ja Morant, but let's do that in a minute, cause we gotta talk about Gregg Poppovich and answer Ryan's question. So I don't wanna leave Ryan's question unanswered for too long. I wanna engage with the chat here. So he says I was gonna talk about how Gregg Poppovich is 10 wins away from the coaching record right now, and I can pull up their schedule. So I'll ask you when you think they're gonna break it, because again they're 10 wins away, but their next 10 games is OKC, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Houston, Memphis, Chicago, Phoenix. How many is that? That is 8. So then Golden State and Miami.
I'm gonna say right now, they lose out.
You don't think they're gonna beat it this season?
Nope.
I think they'll still get it this season, but they are facing difficult teams. They're playing. I think they'll win against OKC. That's a win.
Don't you dare say
What?
Don't you dare say the Rockets.
No, they'll win against the Rockets.
Nah, they don't.
With Dejounte Murray back, yeah. Don't mess with the mouse. You're gonna click something.
I know this is bothering the fuck out of me. There you go.
Yeah, I think they'll win against OKC. Then they're gonna lose against Brooklyn. They'll probably lose against Philadelphia. I think they'll win against the Rockets, to be honest. So that's 2 wins. They'll lose against Memphis, Chicago, Phoenix. Then you got Golden State, they'll lose. Miami, they'll lose. Rockets can either be another win or another loss. So you can either count it 2 or 3.
You got 0. I'll tell you that right now.
Nah, bro. They'll win against fucking OKC.
Yeah, they'll call it. No, they won't
So,
win against the Rockets.
Either 2 or 3 wins. You can call it whichever way you want. And then Cleveland, they'll probably lose. Atlanta, what do you think about Atlanta? With Trae Young.
Atlanta's tough.
But they just traded away Cam Reddish, though.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
They traded away Cam Reddish because he was expendable.
Yeah, but now they have, like, no good big men. Other than Clint Capella.
Danilo, no?
What?
Danilo Gallinari.
What?
Danilo Gallinari.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you saying? I don't know. I think the Hawks kind of fucked themselves by trading away Cam Reddish.
Yeah, he was. I wanted the Rockets to trade for him.
We'll win against the Pelicans. So that's 4 wins. OKC again.
Okay.
Washington again. Washington.
Washington's tough.
Washington will be tough, but I think they can maybe do it.
Kuzma's been balling out.
Yeah. So we'll say
4 words I never thought I'd say in my life. Kuzma's been balling out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here.
Fucking hell.
So we're on 4 or 5 now. Lose against Miami. Lose against Memphis. Win against the Kings because they're the fucking Kings.
Yeah.
So that's 5 or 6.
Okay.
Then you got
sorry.
maybe Toronto in March 9th. Maybe Toronto. You got to deal with Scotty Barnes, but
That's about it. They might trade away Chris Boucher.
so that's 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Pacers. You got Sabonis to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're still on 5 or 6.
Okay.
Or are we on 6 or 7? I don't remember.
6, 7.
Okay, 6 or 7. So then you got OKC again.
Okay.
That's 7 or 8.
Okay.
Pelicans again. That's 8 or 9.
Okay.
Golden State they'll lose. Portland they'll lose.
Dame is out. Remember?
What?
Dame might be out for the year.
So then if Dame's out, that's 9 or 10 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the Pelicans again. That's 10 or 11. Rockets, I don't know. You know. And then you got Portland. So, yeah, I think they'll win it this year.
Yeah, now that you mentioned the opponents.
It'll take until almost the end of the season because of the teams they're playing, but
Poppovich didn't get that record.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna try and take my friend to the game where I think they'll win it,
Ooh.
because my friend's never been to a basketball game before, and so I think it'd be fun to take him to the game where the record gets
You
broken.
gotta get tickets ahead of time, bro.
Yeah.
That game is gonna be legendary.
Well, that's the problem. Is like it's so far out in the future, we still don't know what game it's gonna be broken.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I order tickets for like March 9th and he breaks it like March 7th or like March 12th, then it's like,
Yeah. So see on the lookout for that.
yeah. So leading that into Ryan's question, Ryan says Gregg Popovich or Phil Jackson.
David Fisdale.
Who do you have for better coach or winning stability when it comes to a team and coaching style such ability to get them a ring? I think I'm maybe biased because I'm a Spurs fan, but easily Gregg Popovich. Excuse me.
Stability,
Sorry.
I'll give it to Gregg Popovich. I mean, the man's been winning for damn near forever.
Yeah.
But he's had talent. But if you were to give me Phil Jackson's best team against Gregg Popovich's best team,
Yeah.
I give it to Phil Jackson.
I like Gregg Popovich because there's a saying that's been said by many Spurs fans, which is Tim Duncan needed Pop as much as Pop needed Tim.
Yeah.
So Pop is an amazing coach, and he's not just a coach, and that's what I love about him. He's not just a basketball coach.
He's a leader of men.
He grows his players into men, even though they're all already adults, obviously. But he makes them better men. And he's not just a coach. Like there's that Tim Duncan story when Tim Duncan was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and Tim Duncan was like he sat and he had dinner with me one night, and he felt like he was almost my father, is what Tim Duncan. He said something along those lines. It's not the exact quote, but so yeah, Pop is more than just a coach, and that's why I think he's the better coach, because Pop is a different level.
Yeah, but
Pop is a different breed.
Sure, but you look at Phil Jackson, dealing with Jerry Krause, dealing with Dennis Rodman just deciding to disappear. The fact that without Michael Jordan, basically ran the triangle system to a perfection.
Yeah.
The fact that he was doing good without Jordan.
Yeah.
And then he went on to L.A. and did what he did with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah. But again, again, you could argue the same thing you just said about Pop earlier, which is like, Pop had talent. But it's like, I feel like,
Phil had arguably the better talent.
Yeah, and then we also said, though, the thing with that is Tim needed Pop as much as Pop needed Tim. I don't think the same thing is true with Phil Jackson. I don't think MJ needed Phil as much as Phil needed MJ.
Who was MJ before Phil? Who was Kobe before Phil?
We don't know because they were drafted to those teams. And we don't really know with Tim either because Tim was drafted to the Spurs, but...
That's true, because, that's tough, but
I think I'm going with Pop.
I had to go with Phil.
Really?
Phil.
Nah, I think it's Pop.
Brilliant man. Dude's a legend. I have the utmost respect for Coach Pop.
Speaking of...
But Phil's up there. Wait.
Yeah, I thought you were done. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Speaking of Pop, though, and coaching, what do you think the Spurs' future looks like when Pop retires? And how early do you think Pop will retire? Because his contract is up next year, so he's still got one more year to go. But we said that he's going to break the record probably by the end of this season. Mm-hmm. And then also Steve Kerr came out and said that Pop is no longer going to coach the U.S. teams at all. So do you think after 2022, Pop's calling it done? Or because Pop has come... The problem with predicting this is Pop said, I want to coach for 8 more years or whatever, but I don't think he can.
No. Here's my thing, and I'll use just a quick football thing. Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, guy's a legend there. Pittsburgh loves the guy. Yesterday he just played his final game as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and he went out in such an embarrassing way. He was blown out. He lost in the playoffs first round, and he ends his career a loser. He's never had a losing season in his career. But I look at Gregg Poppovich. Once he breaks the record, there's nothing for you to prove. I mean, you've proved it all. You're one of, if not the greatest coaches to ever step on an NBA court. There's nothing left for you to prove. The stress of being a head coach is unbelievable.
Not to mention, he never even played. You look at coaches nowadays, like Steve Kerr and stuff. Mm-hmm. Steve Kerr played. Pop just came in and Pop was like, I'm the coach now. And he fucking did everything right. Exactly. And he never even, fucking wore a jersey for any team. So.
To me, my Coach Pop, you've got nothing left to prove.
Yeah. But the problem is, I don't know what's going to happen to the team now. Because I was really hoping we would keep Becky Hammon. Because I actually liked what Becky Hammon was doing. I was watching, whenever I would go to the games in the stadium, I would look at the sideline and kind of look at what she's doing. She was coaching exactly like Pop. She was asserting herself. She wasn't, not to get into politics and stuff again, but she wasn't going to be pushed around as the quote unquote woman coach. Mm-hmm. She was I have the means to do this, and I'm not going to let anybody tell me otherwise. I'm a fantastic coach, and I'm not going to let you tell me that I'm a bad coach just because I'm a woman. And she's been able to prove that, and she's shown that, and I think she would have been an amazing coach for the Spurs. And unfortunately, she left, so I have no idea what is in store.
She's headed to WNBA, right? Or she's already there.
Which I thought was not going to happen. I was hearing the rumors and stuff. I was there was the rumors, she could go to the WNBA. And I was like, but why would she do that, though? Because she has an amazing, she has an amazing mentor under Pop. And she can take over this franchise. And then also she could make history, again, as, the first female coach in the NBA league. And then she was just like, nah, screw all that. I'm going to go get more money in the WNBA.
Here's my thing. Was she ever going to get a shot?
Yeah. I think that's the problem because, again, obviously a lot of people were saying, she's waiting too long or whatever. But we just talked about if Pop broke the record this year, then he has one more year on his contract and then he's out. And then Becky can take over.
Or maybe not. Because, I look at I'm going to go back to football. Houston Texans fired their head coach, David Culley. He was 66 years old. He's been coaching since the 90s. He waited damn near 34 years to be a head coach. Barely got to be one at 66. Fired after 1 year. You look around the league, you only get one shot. Dwayne Casey was fired after he won Coach of the Year. If you go somewhere once and you do bad, you're not going to get another chance out there.
That's exactly my point, though. That's what I was saying is I was watching her on the sidelines, and because Pop is so old and such a great mentor, because, again, he's not just a basketball coach. He was the coach's coach. I was watching Becky on the sidelines, and Becky sometimes was coaching the team more than Pop. She was getting that experience in. She was asserting herself. She knows how to play the game. She knows what the fuck she's doing, and she was proving that she knows what the fuck she's doing. And, I feel like she has all the tools there. She's already has the team chemistry with all the players on the league, or in the team. Because, again, she's been coaching with Pop being old. So it's I don't see how she could, quote-unquote, blow her shot or wait too long. I feel like all the pieces were set. She just had to wait one more year, and then she decided that's too long, and she could get more money somewhere else. It's you could have waited one more year, and it would have been fucking fantastic. It would have made history. Literally.
Here's my thing, though. Was it going to be one more year? I'm saying, Pop should retire after this year. Pop said 8 more years. Pop, taking, Well,
that's what I was asking
more.
So.
Is it? I believe it's riskier for her to be a head coach in the NBA.
But
because if she failed in the NBA, she wasn't going to get another head coaching shot anywhere else in the NBA. Assistant coach, maybe.
But here's the rebuttal to that, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting here as fans,
mm-hmm.
right, asking ourselves, how long is Pop going to stay around? You're fucking around the man X amount of hours a day. If you're with him why don't you fucking pull up a chair, have a serious conversation with him if you're thinking about leaving, and say, Pop, how long are you willing to stay with this team? How much longer are you willing to stay with this team?
That's disrespectful.
No, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's weighing your options and having an honest conversation with Pop, who is a man that understands the situation and won't take it the wrong way because he knows what's at stake. He knows, like, he knows the league inside and out. He knows why she's asking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's disrespectful at all. You just ask him, get an honest answer, and be like, if it's too long, then I'm out. If it's not that long, then okay, I'll stay. But I want to hear from you how long you think you're going to stay, because you can get an answer from him because you're around him all the time. We are in a different situation because we're just fans watching the game. But if you work with him and you're thinking about leaving because you don't know how long he's going to stay, fucking ask him.
Yeah.
And again, you run the risk of maybe not getting an answer because Pop may not even know himself. Pop may be like, I don't know if I'm going to stay 1 more year or 8 more years. But at least you asked him.
Maybe that did happen. For all we know, that could
yeah,
happen.
for all we know, they could have had that conversation. But I'm just saying, if they didn't have that conversation, then that's what I would have done. Like, just ask the man.
My opinion still is, if Becky Hammon were to fail her first shot as a WNBA coach, she's more likely to get another shot as a head coach in the WNBA. She's more likely to have a second chance in the WNBA than she would have as an NBA coach.
So here's a good question I just thought of then. You're saying that she went to the WNBA because she didn't want to blow her shot in the NBA. Do you think that it's possible she makes a name for herself in the WNBA and then comes back to the NBA?
Fully agree.
Do you think it'll be with the Spurs or no?
I think so.
Really?
I think maybe she goes on, gets more money as a head coach in WNBA, waits for Pop to retire. When Pop calls it quits, homecoming for Becky.
So you think it's still possible, depending on when... Excuse me. Again, I've been drinking Gatorade all day, and I keep getting fucking air bubbles coming up. So you think, depending on when Pop retires, it's still possible that she takes over as head coach? If it's not in, like, the next, 3 years.
Yes. Unless something crazy happens to where Tim Duncan comes back and says, I'm fully committed to being a head coach in the NBA. Please please mentor me.
Yeah, but he was the assistant coach for a while, and then he said the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
What would be crazy is Manu's back. What if Manu was like, I'm going to coach the team now?
Unless something drastic like that happens, I think she's just waiting.
Yeah. So if Pop does retire in the next year or two, while Becky's still in the WNBA, who do you think is going to fill that role? Do we move our other assistant coaches up? Do we pull somebody from
David Fizdale or
team?
Luke Walton?
I would like Mike Budenholzer back. Mike Budenholzer was
that's right.
I know he's been bad for the Bucks. People make fun of him on the Bucks as the coach, but he did win a championship, and I think he was kind of iffy on if he was going to keep his job at the Bucks, and he did work under Pop. And then again, you can go to another coach that was in the finals, Monty Williams.
Ooh, you know what? I have a better one for you.
What?
What if he takes a little bit longer than 5-6 years? Golden State is done. Draymond's done. Curry's done. Klay is done.
You fucking skate Steve Kerr? That would be dope as hell.
Steve Kerr, a guy who is
with all the USA,
former Spur. Steve Kerr comes back.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I would like to see that happen. That would be cool.
That would be dope, wouldn't it?
But yeah, that would be dope. I don't know the likelihood of it, but that'd be fun. What do you think of what I said though, like Mike Budenholzer or getting Monty Williams? Like if we paid Monty Williams a bunch of money to leave the Suns and come back to the Spurs.
They're too.
Because that's the thing about again, we were debating Gregg Poppovich versus Phil Jackson. That's the thing about the league right now is that Pop is such an amazing coach that once Pop retires, half of the fucking league coaches right now we're also Spurs coaches, so we can hire from any other team.
Sure, Gregg Popovich's coaching tree is fucking probably second to none. I mean,
yeah,
But to me, they're too good at what they're doing to stop.
Yeah, Monty Williams did a lot for the Suns, but what if CP3 pulls another trade and it's like, I'm out of here, or like Devin Booker leaves, or any of the other Suns leave, because Giannis isn't gonna leave the Bucks, so the Mike isn't gonna leave the Bucks if a Buck gets traded, because the Bucks just aren't gonna get traded.
Mm-hmm.
But the Suns could get traded. You were just talking about the Warriors like going away. What if the Suns go away?
I mean, Warriors is in like that's it. It's the end of the war. Curry retires, Klay retires, Draymond.
Like the franchise has been retired out. Basically, all your players are too old.
Yeah, basically that, and Steve Kerr's like, okay, I had my run with this, amazing Warriors team, which is one of the greatest dynasties of all time. They all called it quits. Where else can I go? Why not go back? I could see him be a coach of the Bulls, a coach of the Spurs.
Yeah, man. I get you.
I'd be interested to see that,
I'd be interested to see that, too. So, kind of on the topic of Spurs stuff again, but not really about this season. So next year, and we'll talk about this more next year, because it is like future stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Parker and Dirk are both on the Hall of Fame ballot next year. Who do you think is like more first ballot Hall of Fame than the other? I know you're gonna say Dirk just to be an asshole to me, because you're always like Dirk's better than Tim Duncan, but we know that's not true. Dirk is good, but he's not Tim Duncan good. And Manu's already gonna get it this year. Tim Duncan's already got it. You gotta put Tony in there for the fucking big three. Come on.
If we're just talking straight, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. Tony Parker's a solid player, but Dirk meant more to the Mavericks than Tony Parker meant to the Spurs. And Tony Parker meant a lot to the Spurs. It's just like,
as a Spurs fan, I mean, that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, you saying it, but I mean, I can see it though. I can see it. I can agree with you.
It's like, Dirk was there for so many years. He was that, he was that Kobe to LA. He was that, MJ to Chicago, Bill Russell to the Celtics. Who else am I missing? Any other guys? I'm trying to think of it's a lot of loyalty. It's loyalty, and
yeah.
I'm not saying Tony Parker isn't loyal, but
yeah. And the only time, Tony Parker only went to Charlotte because Pop told him to. You know that, right?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, but
I did know that he played for Charlotte.
Yeah, he played for Charlotte 1 year before he retired, because Pop literally told him, like, to go. Pop was like, you've played with this franchise your whole life. He's like, I think you have deserved your freedom to go wherever you want, wherever's going to give you the most money. I would go to Charlotte. Pop told him that. Tony Parker had already proved his loyalty.
Exactly.
So him going to Charlotte doesn't break any loyalty.
No.
Especially because Pop suggested he goes to get some more money, because he had already won 4 rings or however.
And it's not a
it's
shot
4, right? Because Tony Parker and Robinson were the first one, and I think the next 4 were
Yeah, and it's not a shot at Tony Parker's loyalty. I'm not calling him unloyal by any means necessary, but it was. It's just the significance. He is so big in Dallas, just like Kobe was, just like Tom Brady is to the Patriots. It's just that significance of how important you are to the city, and all that you've done.
Yeah.
His resume is just a bit bigger than Tony Parker's. So if there was one spot left,
I don't know about that. Tony Parker's got more championships and stuff.
Individual though, what have you done on your own?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony Parker's had a hell of a career. He is, first ballot worthy, and that's no question at all.
Yeah. All right, so another big debate, speaking of comparing players, comparing teams. Mm-hmm. This is a fucking argument that's had every week in the NBA, to be honest with you. And then it blew up this week because Curry went on the YouTube account. I forgot what it is. It's like Vox or whatever, where he was answering like questions, and somebody said, "Do you think you could beat the beat the Bulls?" And Curry said, "Yes." What do you think?
We talked about you. Either I sent it to you.
No, I think I sent it to you.
I'm 100% sure I sent it to you.
I don't know, but either way, I said the Bulls are winning, and you said the Warriors are winning, and I.
Wrong person.
I think the Bulls are easily winning. Yeah. See, I sent it to you.
Yeah. No, I sent it to you.
I'm used to I'm used to my stuff being on the right. You know.
I never said any opinion, but
I said Bulls in 5 or 6 easily, and then you left me on red, so I assumed you had the other take.
No, I'm Michael Jordan fan through and through. But you know what? But
Cry your heart out, Curry fans, but it's fucking MJ.
Yeah. But you know what? If since we're both on the Bull side of it, you know, I'll give some takes as to what gives the Warriors a shot.
Yeah. KD on Rodman.
KD on I'll pull up the picture again. Who on who? No, it's not.
You have fucking Iguodala and shit on that team too.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is like you have because I saw people arguing about it that people were saying the Warriors bench is more deep than the Bulls bench back then.
Yeah.
So
that is true. That is true. Here's my thing. They played a different system, you know. They weren't really prioritizing.
And that's always the fucking. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, I know I'm interrupting. But that's why sometimes I hate debating like old teams versus new teams, because it's the same shit. Fucking every argument. It's the same thing with MJ and LeBron. People are like, well, what era? Well, what era? Well, what era? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like you can't. It's so hard to fucking compare people in sports when they play at different times.
But yeah, what gives the Warriors a shot? Shooting. Oh, like the Bulls. I love the Bulls, but they're not keeping up with
Yeah.
the Warriors shooting. Curry, Klay, Durant, Iguodala. You know.
But oh my god, I keep like mini burping as when I'm trying to talk. But the Warriors may have the beyond the arc, but the Bulls have the paint. Like, come on.
The Bulls will dominate the paint, and will dominate defensively.
That's what I'm saying. Like, defense wins championships. And also,
they do have Draymond Green.
Yeah, I fucking made a math joke in the group chat when we were debating about this. I was like, okay, guys, think about it. The Warriors may be better from 3, but you're not going to hit fucking every 3. The Bulls are going to hit every fucking shot in the paint, pretty much. And I was like, 2 dunks is always going to be more than 1 3. I was like, that's just math. They're gonna dominate the paint, and I feel like they're just gonna fucking alley-oop it to each other the entire game, and it's fucking over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be close, definitely, but I feel like it's gonna be Bulls in 6, and the score to each game is gonna be like 120 to like 110 or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be close games because Kevin Durant's no scrub, Stephen Curry's no scrub. You know, I say it goes to 7, but I give it to the Bulls.
Yeah. I say 6, but yeah, 7. Yeah.
You know, it's in no way, shape, or form a cakewalk for the Bulls.
I don't remember. I could be completely wrong on this. I could be fucking misquoting entirely. So take this with a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure Curry not only said like all the Warriors are winning, but he's like Warriors in 5. I think he said. I don't remember.
Description. Yeah, absolutely. You put us on paper with them, I like our chances. I'd say Dubs in 6.
So he said 6, not 5. So either way, it's going to 6, definitely. But yeah, I think it's the Bulls.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fucking MJ, bro.
I mean, the Bulls team has everything. I mean, they're scoring the paint. They're going to be dominant in the paint. They got good shooters. Jordan, Kerr, Pippen, solid shooters. the rebound game is going to go to the Bulls. The greatest rebounder of all time is Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
They have a great defender in Rodman and Pippen, Jordan. I'm sorry, but you are not. You're going to take the Bulls to 7 games, but you're not going to beat them.
Yeah. Okay, so we're coming up on sort of the end here. So we talked about, you said Ja Morant's a beast earlier, and I said we would save it for later.
Mm-hmm.
So, there was the whole thing after they lost to OKC. People were saying, like, we're better without Ja. Ja's overrated, all that shit. And then he was like, I'm deleting social media. And then after deleting social media, he's been going off. So, I don't know what question to ask. Just, I guess, what are your general thoughts on Ja Morant? Do you think that, and then you can lead that into, do you think social media has, like, a big impact on players or no?
Yeah, social media's influenced the game so fucking much. I mean,
Yeah, right.
God. I'm kind of glad we didn't have social media back in the 90s because God knows where we'd be now.
Yeah.
History truly would have changed. But to me, Memphis, you're nothing without Ja. And you might have been winning without him. But that's because you have a solid team that's been built around Ja Morant.
Yeah. Not to mention as well, like, when Ja was injured and you were winning, like, half of the league was also in, like, health and safety and injured as well. So it's like, we talked about that before, or at least I talked about that in a video. I was like, you have third strings playing third strings right now.
But the guy's a monster. Ja Morant, top 10.
Of, like, guards right now, or, like, all time, or what? You just said top 10.
I think he'd be top 10 in the league right now.
Like, currently?
Currently.
I don't know. I think Giannis is up there.
Giannis
is easily top 3. Yeah.
But if we were to do top 10,
I'd see Ja Morant in there. Yeah, definitely, for sure. So
and they have a solid shot of winning it all this year.
Who, Memphis?
Yeah.
Possibly. I could see them going to the
playoffs. They have a
playoffs.
solid shot.
I don't think
maybe not the best shot.
I don't think they'll make it. They can make it to the playoffs probably, but I don't think they're going to be deep. Like, they're not going to win the championship or anything this year.
I could see them making it, barely losing the second round, or going to the.
I could see them definitely going like a 7-game series with somebody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They have a solid shot. A little bit more time, but yeah,
Dallas
the future is very bright in Memphis.
Is Dallas East or is Dallas West because of the Spurs?
West.
Dang. Okay. I was gonna say it would be cool to see Ja versus Luka, but they're different conferences.
No,
so.
Same conference. Oh yeah, no, different.
Yeah. So as a Rockets fan, what are your opinions on Christian Wood decreasing his game? You said earlier like Christian Wood is still good, because I think his game has been decreasing, and then there's a whole thing with him getting mad at the coach or somebody, and then yeah.
I love Christian Wood. I do, but the thing is, the team. You're not the guy we're building around. Yeah. I love Christian Wood, but the team is built around Jalen Green. You are a co-star.
Well, that's the point of rebuilding, is you build around your young stars. So yeah,
exactly. But the guy's attitude, the guy's mentality has been weak. He's been called out by his teammates. The guy doesn't work. Not work at just attitude is horrible.
Attitude.
He's the
opposite. He's the opposite of Giannis. He's like the new Boogie Cousins. Like,
no, because Boogie Cousins was out there massacring people. But
you know what I mean? Just like hating everybody and always being mad. Giannis is super humble, and Boogie's trying to pick a fight with everybody. And I feel like Christian Wood's the same way.
Christian Wood is good in there for sure, and it sucks. But if I had to take a side, give me Kevin Porter Jr. and trade away Christian Wood. I love Christian Wood, and I hope that we could take the core we have right now and one day compete and win a championship. But Christian Wood, dude, you gotta get your mentality up. Yeah. Have a better attitude.
Fucking like Ron Artest, you may be a good player, but as soon as you start a fight, I don't think it ever gets to that level. But you know what I mean. Okay, so we talked about All Stars and stuff earlier. Who'd you vote for All Star? Have you done your All Star voting yet?
Nope.
All right, you
Waiting
can do
for
it.
it
You
now.
can do it live then. Remember, we gotta have audio listeners, so you gotta not just show the camera, but you gotta say them out loud and everything. Oh. Sorry for all the coughing, guys. It's crazy humid up here in Houston, and so like it's messing with both of our allergies. But again, we're both COVID negative, so it's all good. We're both flu negative because I had the flu a couple weeks ago. Don't have it anymore, so we are healthy. Don't y'all worry about us.
All right, for my guard, first of all, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
Dominant monster.
Don't. We
Dominant
just.
monster.
You gotta be trolling. We were just talking about how shitty he is.
Truly an efficient player who knows what he's doing. LA is nothing without Russell Westbrook.
Oh my god. Okay, you're trolling.
And we're gonna stop there because I was thinking about just trolling the whole thing, but no, we're taking it seriously.
What if you were like, that's my only vote?
All right, vote one. You gotta add Stephen Curry. The guys, to me, he deserves to be MVP.
I got a lot of hate and love on my All-Star picks. A lot of people were saying they loved my picks, and a lot of people were like, how the fuck could you not vote for this person? Which is just the nature of All-Star voting. But I had somebody comment on my video that was like, this is my favorite All-Star voting so far because you didn't vote LeBron. And it was like, you have Curry. Curry can be a captain up against KD, the two MVPs, being the captains of their conferences. So, yeah.
At the second guard spot is the guy who I said deserves to be an All-Star, and the guy who's done so much for his team. Dejounte Murray is my second guard.
Yes, bro.
A
Rockets fan voting the Spurs, yeah.
Yes. As a Rockets fan, it hurts to do this.
That tells you how
but
good
the
he
guy
is.
deserves to be an All-Star.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. At the front court spot, my first pick, Nikola Jokic. The guy...
Why the fuck did you say it like that? Just say Nick or Nikola.
The Joker.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy, he's making a case to, he's up there in MVP voting. He very much deserves to be in that conversation for the MVP. The second guy, team player, 100%, Christian Wood. Humble player, Christian Wood. I don't know, I'm kidding. Front court.
You voted fucking Christian Wood?
No, it was just another troll.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns, to me. Anthony Edwards has been...
I'll put all these on the screen during editing, but yeah, for
Karl-
audio listeners, yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, they've been, just a monster duo for Minnesota. And to me, as much as the credit goes to... The majority of the credit goes to Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns just has been there. He's been an integral part of that franchise. And for my third front court spot, let's see. We're going to go Paul George.
Really?
24 points, 5 rebounds.
Him and
7
Kawhi have been out
assists.
like all fucking season, though. That's like voting Kyrie.
You know why I don't want to vote? He's the only guy who makes sense there at the third front court spot for the Western.
Go back to Western. Only person that makes sense. Bro, you got Brandon Ingram, Kristaps Porzingis. Yeah, that's about it. Never mind.
Paul George.
I could have said Wiggins, but we were just talking about how Wiggins
He
doesn't
doesn't
deserve it.
deserve to be on the All-Star. Go ahead out to the West. DeMar DeRozan.
Yes,
oh
bro.
my God! I did not think he'd do this.
Bro,
this quick.
I hated doing my All-Star voting this year because on both East and the West, I had like 3 people from the same team, and I was like, I don't like doing that in All-Star, but it's like, it's the Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls have been on fire. For my second guard vote, James Harden. As much as I hate you for giving up on the city, you have been a scoring machine for the Nets, and you've made it easier for Nets fans. You made it easier for Nets fans to deal with the
I just
KD
whispered that
injury.
into the mic. We'll talk about that in a minute.
And now we're going to the front court, and man, it is stacked here. First pick, Kevin Durant, another guy who I think deserves to be in the
It's
MVP.
fucking KD. Everybody's gonna vote KD.
My next pick, the guy who, to me, I think he is the most valuable, but he won't get it. Joel Embiid, no Ben Simmons. Tobias Harris has been,
I can agree with
garbage.
that. MVP without being valuable, or I mean, you know what I meant. MVP without getting noticed, but being the most valuable.
Yes.
Just like Dejounte Murray being an all-star without the popularity.
Exactly. It's not a popular vote for MVP, but I don't think at this point in time, other than maybe Dejounte Murray and like a few other players out there, no person is more important to their situation right now than Joel Embiid. Because, Giannis is good and all, but you take Giannis, there's more talent around Giannis than there is around Joel Embiid.
Okay.
I still think Giannis is better than Joel Embiid, but value-wise, Joel Embiid deserves to be there. For my third spot, Jason Tatum. I'm kidding.
Giannis is right there, bro.
I know.
Giannis is right there.
I sort of troll a bit more before I enter my life. Giannis. I mean, God, dude, back-to-back MVPs and possibly back-to-back
Why the
champion?
fuck would Tatum even be, like, backcourt anyway? He's fucking, or be, like, one of the big men anyway.
Yeah, he's front court. Jason Tatum's a power forward.
No, he's like a fucking point guard, isn't he?
No, he's a power forward.
Jason Tatum, I thought he was a point guard this whole time.
Oh my God. Oh. Jason Tatum is a power forward.
No, you're lying.
Oh my God. Here's Jason. You know what? Oh, look at Boston Celtics roster.
Because it's him and Marcus Smart, right?
Power forward.
So then who's their point guard?
Ed Schroeder.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
See, where is he here? Oh, yeah, he is.
Okay, so he's not the point guard, but he's the man who has the ball fucking 90% of the time.
Exactly.
He's the point guard without being the point guard.
Because the team is built around him.
Yeah.
But yes, as you see, I'll go back to
Everybody's gonna fucking be in the comments now. Fucking Jason
roasting
Tatum.
the shit out of you. Jason Tatum, point guard. No shit.
Don't fucking knock over the camera or anything. The phone's too bright. They're not gonna see. But yeah, all right. Yeah, you should. You're good. You're good. They can see it. You're good. Don't fucking show your text. You had a notification pop up.
Yes, that is my uncle.
All right. So we talked about all-star voting. Okay, these are some old topics I brought up last episode, but we can talk about them. We already talked about Curry a bunch this episode, but Curry versus Magic, who's the better point guard after Curry broke the record?
Yeah.
I think this is easy.
You give me a franchise start today, I'm taking Magic Johnson.
Yeah, Magic's the better point guard easily.
Better point guard, better player, more versatile. He can do more for you than Steph Curry. Not Steph Curry, but sorry, Steph, you're not Magic Johnson.
Steph has shooting. That's about it. That's what I always argued. Curry's the greatest shooter, but he's not the greatest point guard. And people don't seem to know the difference, it seems. So, another quick topic that we had last week. Tyler Hero, he's been doing pretty good. Do you think he can win Sixth Man of the Year? Or do you think it'll be Patty Mills, just because Patty Mills was originally starting with the Spurs and now he's put on the bench?
That is a tough one because there are a lot of great six men out there. But yeah, it has to be Patty Mills. The guy has been unstoppable on the Nets. That to me was the best value pickup in free agency by any team. That was the Nets picking up Patty Mills. And that's why I think they can go all the way because they got depth.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can hold this mic real quick. So.
It's your boy LD.
No, stop. So. I've neglected this for a couple weeks, but Nathan Budnett loser of the week. It started as a joke with Fernando, and then I got the golden toilet to go on with it. So I will ask Fernando. I will let Fernando decide. Who is the player, team, or coach that is the loser of this week?
The choice is obvious. It's Russell Westbrook.
Come on. We did Russell Westbrook like last week.
Okay.
You gotta pick a new one. You can't have the same one over and over.
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood?
For being the biggest, arguably the biggest bitch out there.
Alright.
I love you, Wood, but man, get your.
Alright. Do you still think that only gingers use Irish Spring, by the way?
To this day, I have not met another human being who uses Irish Spring.
Really? Alright.
But I got an even better soap for you.
Nah. Irish Spring has always been good to me. That and Old Spice. Alright, well hurry up and pull up your soap because I'm going to wrap up the episode here soon.
VO5.
We talked about that literally when we brought up the Irish Spring thing.
Well, we're bringing it back. The VO5 13-1.
Read them all out again. Read them all out.
The VO5 Alberto men's 13-1 shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, mouthwash, deodorant, peanut butter, Gatorade, milk, tinfoil. You can even wear it as tennis shoes. Dental floss. Your eyes are itchy? Use it as eye drops. VO5 Alberto, fresh energy plus 5 vitamins.
No.
Sold at your nearest Kroger's. Buy one today.
See, this is why Kroger will never be as good as HEB.
Because they're out here selling 13-1 shampoo.
You know that's photoshopped, right? Obviously.
I'm working on the real thing.
All right, so we did loser of the week. Anything else you want to add before I pump the socials again and wrap it up?
Follow Nathan Bunnett. My dear friend Nathan here. Great takes.
Been on the fucking grind, bro.
Been on the grind. Very, very smart basketball.
I appreciate it, man.
You know, the takes are good. Love watching his gameplay. You know, love watching him play 2K. You know,
I didn't ask him to say any of this, by the way. I just said anything you want to add, and this is all him.
Exactly. You know, he deserves more subscribers than he has now, and you know, I'm gonna do my very best to promote it. You know, I wish we could have done this, you know, more consistently. You know, it is one of my regrets not being able to continue plus 71.
We're both busy college guys, man.
Sadly, we're both busy college guys. I got 2 classes tomorrow, but this channel deserves more subscribers. You know, if you're listening, wherever you may listen to podcasts on, you watch this guy. This guy is great, and you know, I root for him. I'm his biggest fan. You're gonna hear his name. He will be a household name when it is all said and done.
I really appreciate that, man. I really didn't expect you to say any of that.
Of course.
But yeah, man. Usually I pump the guest socials as well and tell them to go follow the guest, but Fernando kind of keeps to himself on social media.
We'll get my Instagram out. My Twitter, not though.
Really? You like all your accounts are like personal though. You don't have like business or like social media presence. You just like have your friends follow you, so that's why I wasn't like gonna shout it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Like all your social medias are like your personal ones versus me. I shout out like the podcast Instagram, so that's different. But yeah, if y'all want to see these episodes live or want to see some gameplay stuff that I don't post on YouTube, go follow the Twitch again. We are on 36 out of 50 followers. We're going to try and hit 50 by the end of the year, so I'd appreciate it if y'all go drop the follow on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/EZGINGEY. And then also you can listen to these podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. It's just Nathan Bunnett. And then also the YouTube, of course, where the video version is uploaded. As well as some other stuff besides the podcast, because there's a lot of stuff on Spotify, obviously, that I can't put on Spotify because I, do edits on the screen and they don't convert to audio well. So there's a lot more content on YouTube if you want to go follow the YouTube. So that's Gingy on YouTube. So that's pretty much the same as the Twitch, but without the easy. But it's with 3 Y's because I couldn't get 1 or 2 Y's. So it's GINGEYYYY. And then
Follow the TikTok.
yeah, or if y'all watch the full episodes on YouTube, I mean, there isn't much reason to subscribe to the TikTok. I'll be straight with y'all, because the TikTok isn't for people to go to YouTube to TikTok. It's the opposite. The TikTok is for people to watch a clip on TikTok and then come to YouTube. But if y'all do want to watch if y'all do want to check out the TikTok or my Twitter or Instagram, links are in the description on YouTube. But if you look up Nathan But Net on Instagram, you should find it. It's just Nathan But Net, all one word, and then _podcast. And then Twitter is the same as the YouTube, but with YT after it. So Gingy YT for YouTube. And then I think TikTok is the same as my YouTube. So just Gingy with 3 Y's. So I know I've been talking about social media for a while, but I just gotta get all those plugs out. So I tried to get them out as fast as I could. So
shout out to regulator 720.
shout out Ryan.
Only one to send messages in the stream chat.
Yeah, I usually have only like 1 or 2 viewers whenever I stream these on Twitch, but whenever I upload them on YouTube, obviously they get a lot more views. But if you do want a question asked or want our take on something, then the easiest way to do that is to check it out on Twitch. So I already said the Twitch link. I guess I'll say it again, just because. So twitch.tv/EZGINGEY, the letters EZ.
Or even another thing also we could do too is for you, because I don't do this. But if you have another question, leave it in the comments on YouTube.
As well. Comment on YouTube, because that's how the algorithm works now. Since they removed dislikes, likes and dislikes don't have much as an effect as leaving a comment. So if you leave a comment on YouTube, it'll actually boost the video more than you liking it now, which is weird, because it's more. I guess it's more engagement because you have to push more keys on the keyboard or something. I don't know. YouTube changes their fucking algorithm like every week. So. But if you want a question asked or our take on something, you can watch the videos live and ask it in the chat, or you can go to any one of my videos on YouTube and leave a comment like, hey, what do you think on this, or hey, make a video on that, and I'll do my best to research and educate myself if I'm not already in the know about it, and then I'll make a video about it giving my take. And yeah, so I always try and engage with the people that follow me and everything, because y'all are awesome. So I don't really think I have that much to add. I've been talking about the social media plugs for probably the past 5-10 minutes now. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. So Nathan But Net / +71 episode 19 with my man Fernando. Reunion after 1 year. 1 year anniversary, all that good stuff. So I will see y'all.
Just wait to see what we have planned for year 2 anniversary.
Yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. So peace out.